Good morning from the city of Aradia. Now, Aradia lies on the Hungarian border, and for many parts during its history it was actually part of the Hungarian Empire. As I was walking around last night, this was very clear to see. Lots of Art Nouveau, Baroque, Hungarian, Austrian buildings in the city. Now, last night it looked like a very beautiful city, so I'm looking forward to going around in the day and checking out some of this architecture. This is the Moscovitz Palace. It's just literally a minute away from the hostel, and this was the first thing that I saw last night, and it was all lit up and it looked absolutely beautiful, and it looks amazing during the day as well. Unfortunately you can't go in because people live there. These are houses, and this building is opposite the palace and isn't actually on any places to see list or anything. This is just your standard building in Aradia. It's incredible wherever you walk. The buildings are just insanely beautiful. All of these buildings that I've just shown you are all on one corner. I've literally been out of the hostel for about 30 seconds and the city it's just got a wow factor. And check this out, same street, 10 yards up. You just couldn't get more of a contrast than that, could you? Oradea is the 10th biggest city in Romania, and it was recently voted the best place to live in the country. Now, because of its history, it also has a very multicultural population. Turkish, French, German, Hungarian, Austrian, people from all over living in this city. It's just stunning. The whole city is absolutely beautiful. It's impossible to take it all in because I'm heading towards one particular building, and then just as I'm about to turn to head in that direction, I spot another one down the street, so I have to go to that, and then when I'm there I spot another one. It's incredible. What an amazing place. You just stand in the middle of the square and just do a 360, and the buildings around are just incredible. I had no idea what to expect from Aradia. The only reason really why I came here is because it was just another stop on my way to Timisoara. And then I think, yeah, I'll go and have a look at Aradia. No idea what's there. Spend, 2 or 3 nights here, and then you arrive and it's absolutely stunning. So this bridge is crossing the river Cluj-Napoca, which basically splits the whole city in two. Now, the side I've just been on is not the side where all the main kind of tourist attractions are. So if that's the less interesting side, bloody hell, what we're going to find over here? Well, it doesn't get any less impressive, put it that way. This is the Black Eagle Palace, and I'm guessing this is the main square in the city, but just look at the buildings that are surrounding it. Wow, look at this. Stained glass window. Oh, this is amazing. Green's pub. I was actually going to go there last night, but I ended up stuck in the Gecko bar, which is just a little bit out of town, and it was a very cool bar, very young crowd. Looks like old bars in here, to be honest. What is surprising about this place is how little of it is actually open. I'm stood at the other end of the main square now, and You can see we've got the cathedral there, and then we've got these incredible buildings, the Black Palace over there, and here we have St Nicholas Cathedral. Now the doors are open, so I think I'm going to go and take a look inside. Just look how beautiful it is. What an incredible city. And to be honest, I've just come from Cluj, which I thought was very overrated. I was expecting more from it, to be honest, and then you come here where no one's talking about this city, and it's just incredible. It's so beautiful. This is another Greek Catholic church, and it's closed, this one. Now last night I was walking around here. I was on my way to Gecko Bar, but I just kept getting sidetracked because it just looked stunning, and it was all lit up. All the buildings were lit up, and it just took my breath away. I couldn't believe it. It just seems that everywhere you look there's another incredible piece of architecture. Look at this, another one. Inside this synagogue there's a museum. Downstairs to the museum is basically the history of the Jews of Aradia and history of the synagogue. The upstairs part is dedicated to the Holocaust. Unlike other European cities, Aradia had a Jewish ghetto, and there's some stories from people who were forced to move into the Jewish ghetto. One of the stories is about the 13-year-old girl who lived in Aradia, and she lived with her grandparents. Her mother had moved to Budapest. She was moved into the ghetto, and she wrote a diary, and she was actually sent with her grandmother on the last train to leave Aradia to Auschwitz, and her grandmother was sent straight to the gas chambers upon arrival, and the girl was chosen to take part in medical experiments, and she died in Auschwitz aged 13. Her diary was published. Just in the main square there's this gallery of pictures of Romania, and these are a couple of things that I have wanted to go and see. I wanted to go and see this. I wanted to travel on this road, but they are really out in the middle of nowhere, so there's not much chance of getting there unless you drive. Check that out. And this is the Aradia fortress. You can see it's shaped like a star, and I'm literally 500 metres away from that, so I'm going to go and have a look at that now, I think. There are still 4 synagogues in Aradia, and I'm not sure how many Jews still live here. The majority of them were obviously killed in the Holocaust, and then shortly after the end of World War II, most of the Jews of Aradia left for Israel. Yet there are still 4 synagogues. Now the one I visited was a museum rather than a synagogue. It used to be a synagogue, but now it's a museum. I'm not sure whether that one is still a synagogue or not. Well, I wasn't expecting to come across this. In the former Soviet countries, most of the cities would have a palace of culture, and there's one here with a huge mosaic. That's some classic Soviet architecture right there. I've just come across a vaccination centre, and I thought I'd give it a go. I've just had another email from the NHS saying you need to get your booster, So I went in, all seemed to be going well. They said, yeah, we can do that for you, no problem. And then she has to see my papers showing that I can stay in Romania. And I said that I'm only here as a tourist. And her face suddenly changed. So she went off to ask someone, and then came back about a minute later and said they can't do it, basically because you're not an EU citizen. I mean, fancy voting to get rid of healthcare and the freedom to work and live in any country in your own continent. You know, it's a good job we've got all them benefits, otherwise I'd start to think that we'd been conned. This is very cool. All the way through this park there are speakers, so you can chill out and listen to some music. It's my second full day in Aradia, and as you can see, the snow's back. So I'm not sure how much I'm going to get done today. I wanted to climb a big hill, but I'm not sure whether that's wise now. But I've come to this park with a palace. I'm not sure whether I can go inside and have a look. But also we've got this Roman Catholic church, which is just beautiful. I'm going to go and see if I can have a look inside. It doesn't look very open, to be honest. But then again, it is snowing, so it's not likely to be busy. It does say entrance 9 to 7, but it all appears to be locked up. Well, I just tried to get in this behind me. I don't even know what it is, but a security guy came and told me it was closed, but he did say that I can actually get in the cathedral. I just need to go outside here, turn left, and apparently the entrance is on the side. So, at least that's something. Let's go and have a look inside the cathedral. Looks like a big cathedral. Let's hope it's as impressive on the inside as it is on the outside. Wow, it's beautiful. This incredible cathedral. I've got the whole place to myself. There's no one in here at all. Well, I'm back at the train station now, and I think just to the left down here is the bus station. Now tomorrow I leave this city and I head to Timisoara. And the trains take forever, but there is a bus that takes just 3 hours. Some of the other buses take 5 hours. So I want to make sure I'm on that bus that takes 3. And so I'm going to see if I can buy a ticket today. I don't know if they do advance tickets or whether you just have to turn up, but we shall see. Probably it's a couple of 100 metres down here. Check out the cute little tram. I've just been to the bus station, and there do appear to be buses that leave from there that go to Timisoara. Couldn't really find any confirmation of times. I did find one stop that said 11 o'clock, sorry 11:30, which is the time it says online. But I asked a woman who didn't speak any English, and she just said no and pointed to the 7 o'clock one. Now it may be that she thought I was wanting to leave today and that's the next one. But I did see another van that said Timisoara on the front. So I think if I just basically turn up for the 11:30 one, I should be okay. I've actually not failed once during this trip on getting a train or a bus, and that's not been easy at times in Ukraine, certainly. So I think I'll be okay. Tomorrow 11:30, bus to Timisoara. I've climbed up something called Mushroom Hill. No idea why it's called Mushroom Hill, but apparently it offers the best views over the city. And to be honest, the views would be pretty good if it wasn't for the fact that the whole city is just covered in mist. It's early on Sunday morning and I've got myself out of the hostel And I'm now heading to the bus station to catch a bus to Timisoara. It looks like the snow did stop overnight. It was snowing all day yesterday, and I was starting to get a bit worried that I'd wake up and find all the roads covered in snow, but that's not the case, so there should be no problem getting this bus, if it exists. According to the internet it does. And yeah, so that's me done in Aradia, which I've got to say, absolutely beautiful city. Really enjoyed it here. Great place to spend 2 or 3 nights. As the woman from the hostel said, it's a bit like an open air museum. The architecture, especially around the centre, is just stunning. So I highly recommend adding Aradia to your Romanian itinerary. And now it's time to go and see what Timisoara's got to offer. Let's crack on.
Yes.